What's going on, gamers? It's your boy Daily Tactics here, and today we're back with some more Ultimate Epic Battle Simulator 2. A brand new update came out that includes the Egyptian faction, along with Cleopatra, who is looking very fine. So, we have spearmen for the Egyptians, as well as Egyptian warriors and Cleopatra, who is a hero unit. Here are the Egyptian warriors. They look so sick. This faction is so cool looking, I have to say. So we're going to be having about 3 million of them defending the pyramids versus an army of There's 2.38 million Egyptians versus an army of 3 million Romans coming forward. Now the Romans outnumber the Egyptians by a little bit here because I really don't know how strong the Egyptians are. You know, I have no idea their skill set, and they have defender's advantage here, so we might as well make the Romans just a little bit stronger to test the waters of the Egyptians and see how good they are. This is such a cool update. I'm really stoked that they are continuing to support Ultimate Epic Battle Simulator 2 even deep into its lifespan. So here we've got the Egyptian warriors who are going to walk through the spearmen here and actually assault the Romans. Meanwhile, the spearmen are just going to be standing still in a defensive position, although I think the spearmen might be actually too thick. They're too thick for the warriors to actually walk through. So maybe the warriors are going to be the backup plan here. I don't know. You know, I meant for them to actually charge forward, but maybe I should have put them in front of the spearmen. I thought they'd be able to walk through them okay. Although some of them are coming through the crevices here, a little bit, so that's not too bad. Either way, guys, if you enjoyed this video, please be sure to hit that like button, subscribe if you have not already, and comment down below if you'd like to see some more Ultimate Epic Battle Simulator 2 in the days to come. Either way, let's get right on into this video. Okay, this very small number of Egyptian warriors is about to collide with the Roman soldiers here. It's really a tiny force, so they're probably going to get wiped out. But it'll at least show us how good of fighters they are, although they're outnumbered, so they're not going to really, it's not really an even fight. This really won't prove anything, I feel like. But here we go. Egyptian warrior goes in and gets slain, and more of them following up. The Romans are just absolutely dicing them up, actually. I like to think the Romans are a nice, solid unit all around. They're not as strong as, say, like, the Spartans, but they're not nearly as weak as, say, you know, the Persians, who are just terrible units. So I think they're a good all-around unit here. And it's just showing how bad the Egyptian warriors are, apparently, because the Egyptian warriors only have 50 kills. The Romans here have 250 now. That's not a great ratio, although, again, like I said before, the Egyptians are heavily outnumbered out here, so maybe this is not a good representation of the Egyptian warriors. And on top of that, you know, perhaps the Egyptian spearmen are extremely good soldiers. We don't know that either, so we'll find out if the Egyptian spearmen are pretty good in this defensive formation here as they await the Roman army coming forward to attack them. Let's find that out. It could be, you know, a decent unit back here. They're about to clash. Here come the Romans. All right, boys. Watch out. Here she blows. And there we go. All right, now we have combat between the Egyptian spearmen here and the Roman shield warriors here. It's really hard to see who is winning this fight. I don't see a ton of Egyptians going down. I don't see a ton of Romans going down. So maybe they're kind of an equivalent fighter. Maybe they're sort of middle of the ground, each of them. Let's go check in on Cleopatra, because that could be the saving grace of the Egyptian army here, because Cleopatra, after all, is a god unit, and oh my god, she has flames. My goodness. Alright, that is amazing. That's kind of baller, not gonna lie. I am really vibing with Cleopatra in this game. So she's just lighting everyone on fire. Hans, get the Flammenwerfer, ja, jawohl. She's just dicing up these Romans. That is seriously cool. She does look to be pretty damaged. I mean, she's pretty bloody already. That's not exactly boding well for the Egyptian hero here, but why don't we do a time lapse of her defending and see how long she can survive, and then we'll also just see how her spearmen around her survive too if she dies. Alright gamers, so we just witnessed Cleopatra's death, but she's pretty powerful. Look at the body pile that she created with all the Romans there. That was pretty nutty, I'm not gonna lie. But the Egyptians are getting completely outclassed here by the Roman soldiers. I mean, the Romans are just crushing them. They have 70,000 kills, and the Egyptians only have 36,000 kills. So it's pretty safe to say that the Romans are definitely a stronger unit than the Egyptians, which tends to mean that the Egyptians are a little bit of a weaker unit overall in the grand scheme of Ultimate Battle Simulator 2, because like I said, the Romans are just kind of an all-around decent unit. They're not amazing, they're not the worst, they're just sort of middle of the line. So this sort of marks that the Egyptians are more than likely below average. And Cleopatra, I would say, as a hero unit, is probably pretty decent. I would say she's probably better than John Wick, who I've never had a lot of luck with, but she's probably worse than Chuck Norris and Nikola Tesla. Maybe she's even with Nikola Tesla, actually. Just judging on her performance right there and what she did, that's what I would say. Although, you know, we'd have to do some more experimenting with that to find out the truth of that, because, you know, we need them fighting against each other, all the hero units at once. But, you know, from what I saw there, she seemed to be actually a very, very good unit. But not the best, not the most OP unit, not the weakest unit in terms of all of the hero units that we've had. Either way, why don't we go ahead and do another time-lapse here, this time of infantry units fighting against each other. So right now, a bunch of the warriors are still sort of working their way through the spearmen. So why don't we go ahead and show the spearmen fighting the Romans, and then eventually those warriors will get to the front lines as well. Like, look, this guy's almost there. There you go. He's at the front lines. So we can see them trickling in while also watching the spearmen fighting the Romans, and that'll be kind of cool. Alright, so at this point in the battle, the Romans have about 200,000 kills, and the Egyptians have about 100,000 kills, which is showing that actually at the end of the day, the Egyptians are worth about 2 Romans apiece in terms of fighting skills and stuff like that. So they've actually made a little bit of a comeback here at the end of the day. We've got a ton of Egyptian warriors actually over here fighting against a bunch of Roman warriors too, so a lot more have managed to line up over this way and open up a new front, which is kind of cool to see. And the spearmen are still holding the main gate over this way too. So the Egyptians are actually doing a lot better than they were previously. They were previously getting kind of trashed, and now it seems like they've gotten their footing and are managing to actually do something. Still actually kind of unclear to me as to who is the better fighter, the warriors or the spearmen, because the warriors at the very beginning, I guess, didn't really have much of a shot at fighting in this battle because they were trickling in against overwhelming odds. But now that they've actually made a bit of a lineup here, I'm wondering if maybe they are actually kind of good, because they're almost equal to the Romans on footing here, which kind of shows that they might just be as good as the Romans or something along those lines. I'm not entirely sure. Meanwhile, the spearmen are getting eaten away at over this way. So, you know, I can't tell which unit is superior. It's going to have to, you know, be some more testing before we find that whole shebang out. But we will eventually, because these are some pretty cool units. So we'll, of course, keep this going for quite a while until we do have a, you know, good victor here. Yeah, we'll find out from there. Let's go ahead and do one more time lapse, maybe of like a really pretty widescreen one, so we can see the Romans eating away at the Egyptian lines fairly easily. Yeah, let's go like really wide and do a long one for fun. Right now, the Egyptian army is at 500,000 kills, and the Romans are at 886,000 kills. So, still pretty dominant by the Romans, but it's no longer that 2-to-1 lead. The Egyptians have made a little bit of a comeback. Also, look at this. It's very interesting. It's like rolling body piles over here. Like, comes in sections. It's kind of wacky and bizarre right there. Very, very interesting. Towards the middle, the Romans still haven't quite yet managed to take over, this whole area here. But they've gotten closer and closer to the doors, I will say. I think the Egyptian warriors are actually pretty decent. I think it's the spearmen who are a little bit weaker from what I can tell here. That's at least my assumption from what we've seen in this battle thus far. But of course, we'll keep it going and, find out who the victor is at the end of the day. I want to go ahead and try actually possessing a unit here. I think that would be pretty fun. Whoops, did not mean to be in RTS mode. Yeah, so I've gotten a lot of requests to possess units more often here. So let's go ahead and possess one of these warriors. It looks like they have about 200 health. Let's see how much damage they do per hit now. All right, we're going in, and then we're swinging 80 damage. That's actually really high, and we're already dead. How much health do these guys have? Oh, these guys also have 200 health, and let's see how much damage they do. 100. Wow, they do a lot more damage than the warrior units, but with the same number of health. Unless we just had bad swings there. No, it's still about 80 damage per hit with these warriors. Nothing too crazy. Let's go check out the damage counter on the spearmen now. So they only have 150 health. They appear to be a little bit faster than the warriors, though. And they do 70 damage per hit. So actually, they are the weaker link. You are the weaker link. Oh, that was a 210 hit. We must have gotten a headshot there or something. That was pretty decent. Not too bad. Yeah, what if we aim for the heads? I'm trying to get on top. Oh, 240. That's a pretty fat hit. Wait, with the Romans, is the Romans' lowest damage 80? Let's find out. Let's aim for the feet. Aiming for the feet. 100. 300. Wow, that's a lot of damage right there. 100. I like how high ground does actually matter in this game because you can get headshots easier and stuff like that to get increased damage. Yeah, so the Romans are definitely the superior unit, but actually the warriors for the Egyptian units aren't too shabby. They're actually pretty good in the grand scheme of things, which I don't think I realized. You heard me at first. I thought the spearmen were going to be the more powerful unit, but that's just not the case. In the slightest. Maybe at defense they are. And I do wonder if the spearmen's shields can deflect archer fire like the Romans can. They don't look as large as the Roman shields. You can get like a close-up actual image of that probably. Yeah, they're not quite as large as the Roman shields, but they look big enough that they'd actually deflect quite a lot of incoming archer fire. So it's entirely possible that those shields would be powerful enough to deflect some incoming archer fire and negate archers in these battles coming forward too. Either way, we'll continue to let this thing ride. It's seeming like a Roman victory, of course, but it's never over until it's over, baby. We're a little bit over halfway through this battle now, with the Romans having killed 1.3 million Egyptians, and the Egyptians having killed 751,000 Romans. Even if they had exactly even numbers, which I regret not having that now, the Romans still would win, obviously. They're just so much more powerful than the Egyptians. But I'm pretty proud of the Egyptians here. I mean, look at this. They managed to hold right at about where Cleopatra was. I think Cleopatra was like, oh, she was right over here. You can tell by the body mound. But, I mean, they've managed to hold outside of this city at the very least for a really long time. That's not an unimpressive feat. That's pretty cool, actually, that they've managed to, stand their ground here. That's not too bad. And then on these sides of the battlefield, the battle hasn't pushed too far inward. They've maintained their battle line. So at the very least, we can say that the Romans had a hard time, The Egyptians gave them a run for their money. It's definitely going to be an L for the Egyptians, that's for sure. But it's not going to be, a horrific loss. I think they've, proven themselves as warriors and proven themselves to be pretty decent. They're not as bad as we originally thought they were, after they finally managed to get a foothold here and started to hold back the Romans a little bit more. All right, we are down to the last 500,000 Egyptians. They're doing holdouts up here in this area, of course. And then they're also doing holdouts up top there. Most of these guys down here are dead. It's just a matter of the Romans crossing a few T's and dotting a few I's on those guys. So it's mainly these larger hills where the Egyptians are still managing to do a little bit of a holdout. Right now the Egyptians have 1.07 million kills, and the Romans have 1.8 million kills. So, you know, the Egyptians did pretty decently here. It is going to be a loss for sure now. I'll update you one last time when the video is officially coming to an end. Alright, so there's like 100k warriors left alive for the, oh god, it's so laggy, for the Egyptians, and they seem to be like really glitchy over here. It's very bizarre, and they're dying very, very slowly. So I think we're going to go ahead and end the video here. Romans basically killed them all, and the Egyptians basically got 1.4 million kills. Super fun new faction. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please be sure to hit the like button if you did, subscribe if you haven't already, and comment down below if you'd like to see some more. I'll see you on the next one. Peace. I hope you guys enjoyed that video. Be sure to click that subscribe button for more content, and hit the notification bell if you'd like to be alerted to whenever I live stream or upload. Thanks so much.